Right now, I'm just thinking about all the guys that I'm going to miss next year and how big of an impact all of them had on this team, and not only as players but as the coaches as well. I mean, this was a team like unlike I've ever had before. I mean, everybody was just so connected with each other. Nobody was too high headed or had too big of an ego to not listen to anybody else. If that makes sense. I mean, like every day in practice, somebody was learning something new, whether it was from someone younger than them, older than them. Like it didn't matter. So I feel like what's going through my head right now is just how much I'm going to miss the guys that won't be here next year.
Yeah, this group of upperclassmen has meant so much to this program, bringing it to new heights it hasn't reached in last year's Elite Eight and the Sweet 16 run. How much do those guys mean to this program?
I mean, they mean everything. Like they're the reason that we're here right now. They're the reason that we made it this far. They're the reason we had such a good season. I mean, those guys are just unlike any players I've ever played with in my career. Like you can just tell, like they just have something different about them when they're on the court because they're just so experienced. They always know what they're doing or what's doing what situation. I mean, those guys probably, I don't know, they're just most impactful players I've ever been with.
This team battled back from a 16-point deficit. What do you think that says just about the culture of Creighton basketball?
It just shows how connected we are and how we never give up. Like things got really tough for us, but we stayed together. Coach pulled us back together. Nobody ever was too down on themselves to give up. So, I mean, at the end of the day, for us, we just had to keep fighting and do everything we could. Because I mean, coming back from a deficit like that is obviously not an easy challenge. But we managed to cut it, I think, to 4 points at one time, and I mean, we were right there. We were right there.
How do you reflect back most on the season?
Um, how do I reflect back most? I mean, I feel like for me personally, it's just how much I've grown and where I came from, and I mean, it wasn't easy to get into the position that I currently in, or that I was in for the past two games at least. I mean, I don't know. I started off the season kind of rough with a broken hand, but I never gave up. I always kept fighting just to try to see the floor as much as I could, and then eventually all the work paid off, and I was able to take the stage take the floor on the biggest stage, biggest basketball stage, one of the biggest basketball stages in the world. So I mean, I feel like my growth is what I reflect on the most throughout this season.
Well, Jason, I know you've made Omaha proud. Thanks for the time.
No problem. Thank you.